Hey there, Linda here. I'm going to be showing a little flip through of my junk journal from Junk Journal July. I actually finished this obviously after July in the month of August, and I recorded a little flip through. I just haven't had time to edit, so now I'm finally getting around to it. So you can see this junk journal is sort of the size of a traveler's notebook, and I made it myself with just like cardstock years ago. And this was actually a junk journal that I started in 2019 for Junk Journal January. And I went through all the prompts in January, and you can see that I have documented all of the prompts from that year. And for this year, I just decided to reuse this junk journal and add to the pages and sort of add in tip-ins and stuff because it didn't seem like very full. And I thought it would be fun to do like this sort of like use the same journal and go over it kind of idea. So I printed out the prompts for Junk Journal Junk Journal July, 2022, and went through and just added onto the existing pages and added extra tip-ins and tags like this one. So it's sort of a big mix, like in terms of what was created in 2019 versus what was created in 2022. And you can see I added a lot of extra like little pullouts and things. I collect a lot of screenshots from Instagram whenever I see like a really cool post and I want to keep it. A lot of tidbits from Happy Mail, stickers, lots of printables, and tidbits from magazines as well. And here's like a little heart sort of tip in with lots of floral stickers. And there's a lot of layers. That's a postcard and little snippets of paper sort of added in. This was the flower that I fussy cut for one of the prompts, and oh my gosh, I hate fussy cutting. It is not for me. I usually just rip things or use a paper cutter or, approximate, or when I get the time to use my silhouette to actually cut something. Fussy cutting is like so not my thing. I know a lot of people find it like relaxing. I just find it very frustrating. But I got that one done for the prompt. So here I am with like other printables that I've added in, and papers and stamps. These are like the Traveler's Notebook stamps that I got recently. This is journaling from 2019, and Focus, I added this year for 2022. So again, a big mix of things. These are like receipts from the pharmacy and more sort of vintagey collage tidbits all put together. Layered things, ephemera and collections like drawings and doodles from family, and lots of like mix of collage and tags and stickers all put together. Really just a big mix of like having fun and using the supplies that I have. And you can see here, this one, I just really like the paper, so I didn't want to cover it up, but I do have this little clipboard cut out from a magazine, and it's sort of empty, so I'm just sort of leaving it like that whenever I feel like it. I guess the next time there is a junk journal challenge, I could add on to this junk journal again, rather than creating a brand new one. I sort of like this idea of like reworking things and seeing like if you like what you created previously and how you might change it or add to it to make it to your liking like today. It's sort of interesting to go back into old journals in that way. And you can see there's a lot of room for journaling still. This was a tag. It's actually a divider that I created for my planner, and it got messed up, so this is like an extra, so I stuck it in there. I really like that idea, like I was saying, of going through a journal again. For those of us who love stationery and journaling, we probably have a fair amount of journals archived in our shelves. It might not actually be a bad idea to one time pick up an old journal and actually like journal through an old journal. I don't know, it's sort of an idea. I know it's a bit weird because if you have a lot of writing, maybe you don't want to, destroy that because you want to keep it intact. But for junk journaling that sometimes has less actual like writing of journaling and more just like a mix of collage, it might be interesting to go back and do that. So you can see I have like even my kids' drawings and, you know, simple layouts that are not really completely full. So you can definitely add to it. And then of course layouts with lots of like stamps and writing that, you know, have less room for you to add more things to it. But the great thing about journaling and junk journaling, especially, you know, tip-ins and like fold outs and things like that, those are things that we can always add, so you can always expand whatever pages you might already have in your journal quite easily. So here's more just sort of random stamping. There's some sewing to create a pocket. And these pages are made of like just a mix of scrapbook paper and stuff. I'm really trying to use my stash and use what I have. These are like samples from like HP Sprocket printer. I bought one a long time ago and tried it out, and I didn't like the quality, so I returned it. And this is like copying Walden, like poetry from Walden, like write up. And when it comes to journaling, I find that if you don't know what to write sometimes, you can write lyrics of a song or copy quotes or passages from books, and that might be something that might help you sort of express what you feel rather than journaling out like stream of consciousness if you find that difficult for you. So more tags here and photos, and again, blank pages. These pages, I mean, they're not blank, they're obviously patterned papers from magazines, from most of them are from Flow magazine. There's also Prima, like really old, you know, cardstock paper from scrapbooking days, and just a mix of all kinds of papers from my stash that I use to make this actual journal. And more like letter writing, journaling to myself kind of thing here. And I think these are from 2019, so they weren't following the prompts this July. Rather, they were from the 2019 Junk Journal January prompts. And by the way, when the challenges run, obviously it's fun to do it in real time with the rest of the community and get, you know, feedback with your posts and things like that on Instagram. But you can always just check Instagram for these challenges from the past and go through them yourself, you know, month to month. Oftentimes it's helpful to go with prompts because they just sort of help you to like spur on what creative like thing you want to do for the day. So this is my little flip through of this junk journal that contains Junk Journal January 2019 and Junk Journal July 2022, and we will see what happens. There's still room to grow. I made this little Velcro closure with a piece of leather, so there's still room to grow, so I could probably add more to this whenever it is I want to join like a junk journal challenge again. So we will see what happens. So thanks so much for watching my little junk journal flip through. I hope that it was enjoyable to see sort of like the big mix of things that I have created in this little junk journal that is like a standard traveler's notebook size. And if you didn't already know, I blog on tortagialla.com, and I have loads of printables there, including lots of vintage printables that are great for junk journaling. So you can just visit tortagialla.com/blog and check all the posts, or do a little search for like vintage, and it'll come up with all the posts that are vintage related, like vintage related papers and pattern papers, and you can definitely print them out and use them in your junk journaling. I'm happy to share all of these things that I've created over the years. So that's it. Thanks for watching my video.